Shall we start with deadline day? New players to work with. Are you happy with the business that was done?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it was a surprise. We really got, we got one at the death, which was a surprise. Really, it wasn't. We didn't expect to get the lads in that we got in. It was a really plus for us, a bonus.
Can you just tell us, have a chat about each of them individually? Niskins Cabano, obviously dropped down from the Premier League. What is it about him that excites you?
I've always thought he's one of those that when you play against him, you just don't know what he's going to do. He's like a box of tricks. And what I love about him is his positivity. He just runs straight at defenders. He never thinks twice. It's really, that's what I'm looking for, really. Positive players in those areas.
Nathaniel Mendez-Laing, obviously you know really well from your time with him at Cardiff. Was there any concern on your part about the way things ended for him there?
No, I think we all make mistakes. I mean, I've known him. I brought him up from Rochdale, and I spent all my time with him, more or less 3 years. I haven't got a problem with that. I thought it was better. Probably there were one or two other clubs after him, and as I said to his man and himself. I think you're better off coming with me in your circumstances now because he hasn't played for a while, so he's not match fit yet, and he's got to get his career back online really.
And do you think that's why he's ended up at Middlesbrough with you then, because he trusts you? Because obviously you know there's an awful lot of interest in why it ended the way it did and what will happen next.
Yeah, I think that if you know that, I do know the boy. Obviously, I've had him 3 years and through ups and downs and everything. And sometimes you can, you get in a situation like Mendes has got in. I think, to be on a few £100 a week to then be a Premier League player in 18 months on thousands and thousands, it's a big step up. And some people, I think the PFA in particular have got to try and pay attention to these type of lads as well because, they need help. Managers can't do everything. We can't look after every player. And I think players need help. Like we're talking about the mental side at the moment. I think there's a scope for players that all of a sudden have riches beyond beyond what they expected and the company that they keep,
Bearing in mind the time out he's had, how ready is he to play for you?
Oh no, he'll be a while. I just felt that we've got 20 games left or 19 games left. I can't remember how many, and I just thought that he could contribute, and we'd look at him and try and get him up to scratch. He's a naturally fit lad, but when you've not had any football involvement, any team games or anything, it's such a big difference to just running around. I mean, crikey, he's put the miles in. You can tell what he's done over the last, he'd done a lot of training, but not the football style. So it'll just be a matter of getting him up to spine. And I thought I would only be signing him and Yannick because Niskins was I was told had gone to put to bed then by Fulham. So that was only a 9:30 Friday night, whenever it was, Monday night, decision by myself and I spoke to Alistair down there and at Fulham, and I spoke to Tony Khan in America, and I asked him to help us out, and I'd try and repay him, and that's how it came about, really, in the space of 1.5 hours.
So you must be excited to have him then, if with it being almost like a Christmas present, almost, right at the death.
Yeah, it was, and we got a really good deal out of the situation as well. I think Tony, when I spoke to Tony, he trusted what I said. We've got Bettinelli as well here, and I just think the lad needs to play. Little bit like Woody going out, you need to play games. You can't just come on for 5 minutes and every few games and you can tell that with the lad in training yesterday. We're just desperate to be let off his lead yesterday all over the show. He's like, how would you call it, a balloon? When you let go of the balloons? He was everywhere.
Is he a balloon you're going to let go on Saturday then? Is he ready?
Well, you'll have to wait and see. We're going to have another session today. He came up on the Wednesday, so we've only had He's only had one session, and we'll see how he is today. As everybody else, they're all apart from Tav and Dale, they're all doing really well. All trained well yesterday.
What you didn't get on deadline day was a striker, and I know you've obviously, since you've been here over the summer, you were looking for a different type of striker, weren't you? Kiefer Moore, that sort. Is that a frustration to you that you still essentially got the same style of attack?
No, not really. It's I never expected to get another striker, if I'm honest. I couldn't see another striker that was available that we could get in that was better than what we had. So I never expected it to come. There were one or two rumours, as there always is. He's going there, they're coming here, and we're swapping him and we're doing that. But it never materialised ever for me. It was never on the agenda. I always thought we're going to have 3 strikers to choose from for the running.
You had 3 strikers at Norwich to choose from, and you didn't pick any of them. How have they responded to that selection?
Yeah, they've all done well. I'm hoping to get Fletcher. We're hoping to get a game. There's a game this weekend, the 23 game against Leeds, and I'm hoping that we can get 90 minutes out of Fletcher before I throw him into it. I think he needs a 90-minute job, same as Grant does. So I'm hoping that they can. If they don't come on for a long time on Saturday, I think that I want to play them on Sunday if we can, weather permitting.
Yeah, and Saturday, it's. We talked about Norwich being the toughest test of the season. Well, Brentford are on a pretty handy run, aren't they? 19 games unbeaten. They'll be difficult, clearly. Well,
they're the best team in the league, and I mean, to go 19 games takes some doing, at the Championship level. Wow. I remember when I was a player at Rotherham, I had 19. We went 19 games without defeat, and I was superstitious in them days, I used to end up whistling my underpants towards me because I was that superstitious, and my shirt was filthy, But you get these superstitions, don't you? I don't know what their lads are doing there, but they're the best team in the league at the minute. They got goals from everywhere, best striker in the division. Look as though there's only one way they're going to go, really, and it's a great game for us. I thought last Saturday was a great game for us with having had such 2 bad results. I wanted to give Yannick. I actually played Yannick to get him fit for the rest of the season. I thought there were nothing to lose after the two defeats. I told him I might as well give him an hour and get him fit. Use it as a fitness, program for him. And he did all right, I thought, at the time, and it was good to come back with never looked like scoring, but I thought it was, we had some good opportunities to create things. We just couldn't do that.
So how important then do you think that draw will prove to be?
Well, I think the thing is you don't dwell too much on disappointments in this league. I get disappointed a lot. I get frustrated when I lose some of my best players for injuries, when there's no punishment deterred for the opponents. So I do get frustrated, yeah. But that's life. You have to get on with it. And so, who motivates the motivator? My missus, I think.
Well, good luck tomorrow.
Thank you very much. Dawn, where are you? Come on up. I can see you. Can she hear me? Is she on mute?
Hello. Can you?
I've got you, Dawn. Yeah, got you.
Neil, you said you used to be superstitious. Are you not anymore?
Yeah, I'm superstitious. But I don't. My underpants aren't one of them now, Dawn.
What do you have now instead?
Yeah, I know. I never used to wash my underpants when we won a game, so my jockstrap for the game.
Oh, excellent.
But that's changed now, I'm afraid.
So what is it now then, Neil?
All sorts. There's still a lot of things, I never shave on the day of a match. I always shave on a Thursday, and little things. Driving to the ground, magpies, all them same silly things,
Yeah, I do. Sportsmen through and through. They're all the same, really, aren't they?
Yeah.
Brentford, you said they were the best team in the league. For many years now, they've really gone very hard on the statistical analysis, the analysis of all the players' numbers and the number crunched, basically. And initially, it was sort of seen as a bit of a weird thing to do, but now most teams are doing something similar, aren't they?
I'm not a big fan of it, if I'm honest, and I don't think Brentford are getting the success through it now, only by generating the money that they've generated. They've paid £10 million for Tony. That's not on stats. That's because he's a good player where he was playing, and they paid that money. And I think that's why they've always missed the golden goose, because they've always got on stats and never really got that final piece of the jigsaw that you've got to buy, you've got to pay money for. Whereas this year they have done, so I'm not a massive fan. I still think that managers have contacts and things, and I think we've shown that in this window today, this window that we've had, that it's not what you know, it's who you know.
And also just the people side of things, the personal interaction between people is so important.
Yeah, I think that they've had a settled side now for a while, and I like the manager there. I think he took over and he had a few bad results early doors, never panicked, and it's come to fruition really. And the way that they play, you know how hard it's going to be, but I think that's what we're looking forward to really, because I know Brentford know how hard it's going to be as well. So it promises to be a good battle. I know we're down the table in comparison to them, and without a shadow of a doubt, they've got some exciting players. But I think we have now, and that's not being disrespectful to the lads that we've had. I just think there's been times this season where I've looked round to change a game, and it's been very difficult to give myself a lift. Whereas now, everywhere I look, I've got options.
And not having a game during the week, how much has that helped just to kind of give the boys a rest and introduce the new guys?
Well, I think and next week as well, we're glad. I mean, you could say we're unlucky to have Brentford, really, but you've got to play them sometime. I mean, to get Norwich and Brentford 2 consecutive games is, is how it is. But we have 2 blank weeks, which is, immense, really, because I'm very optimistic that your Tav and your Dale might be ready as well for next week. So it's been good having this break, and we've managed to get on the training ground. Whereas, as you know, I don't know whether you know, but the forecast's horrendous again for next week with the snow and everything. So it is a difficult period at the moment for us all.
Yeah, it's bad from Saturday night onwards, apparently, so God knows what's going to happen. And just finally for me, Lewis Wing, what was the sort of thought process about getting him out on loan?
I just wanted to help Rotherham.
Really?
No. He's been pestering me for weeks now to play games, and he's a bit like Woody, but he's more of a what I call a regular first teamer in that respect. So I didn't really want him to go. Paul Warne asked me a few weeks ago if I'd let him go, and then we had another couple of clubs come in for him, and I thought, well, if I'm going to bring players in, I've got to try and balance the books. I also thought it would be great for him to go and have 17, 18 games because he's not had a run like that, and he needs that to top him up. So really, I thought it was a great move for everybody, really. I love doing Rotherham a favour, and at the same time, I thought Wingy could go and keep him up.
Brilliant, Neil. Thanks very much, and good luck at the weekend.
And don't read all them books, Dawn, will you?
I've already read them.
You've only done that. You've only done that to make it look as though you're intelligent, haven't you? I know.
Oh, you know me so well.
I do, love. All right. No, don't worry.
Okay. Simon?
Hi Neil, it's Simon from Tag Tees. I've just got a couple. You've said you think Brentford are the best in the division, so it's a good game to sort of show you and show everyone where you are, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I thought last week and then this week almost free hits really. I think that I said to the lads, let's have a go, And when Bristol scored the other night, I was disappointed. I thought, oh, please don't win. Not for Bristol's sake. I just wanted Brentford to be undefeated when they come up here, So I like Frank, and he knows it'll be a tough game. I thought we were unlucky down there not to win, if I'm honest. And we had our chances down there at 0-0, and I think they only had one really good chance. So it was a good game, I thought.
And final one, really. You said over the last couple of weeks how much you relish the second half of the season, and you're kind of in that good position where you're sort of poised to pounce. So how much are you looking forward to it now?
I'm looking forward to it more from since the window, since I got the players in. We've got a good squad, and we've got a capable squad, but we never had enough to change games to win games. which you've got to do in the Championship, really. And I do feel now we're a lot more potent than we were, a couple of weeks ago. And I think it's shown that in training. I think the lads have responded as well to the new boys coming in. So, yes, I know it's not necessarily going to work, but I'm looking forward a lot more than I was, a week ago.
Neil, that's great. Thank you very much.
Thanks. Moose, where are you, Moose? Oh, you're there. Hiya, Moose.
How are you?
Morning, son.
How are you? I'm interested. Do you think Brentford are a better team than Norwich?
Yeah, at the moment, that's all. Only at the moment. I think Norwich over the season have been the best team. That's why they're top. And I expect them to come back again in the next couple of weeks. But they've had a lull, probably as far as they go, by 2 draws or whatever it is, 3. But they're the best team. The league table doesn't lie, Moose, I don't think. I just think Brentford, to go 19 games, wow. I mean, that takes some doing that.
But you've been on some spectacular runs in your promotion years. I mean, when you get on a run like that, and looking at it from Thomas Frank's point of view, do you almost think you can't lose?
Yeah, you do. Every game you go into it with so much confidence, and it don't matter if you go a goal down like they did the other night. You always think, well, we've got the players to come back, and you just do that. And likewise, when the run comes to an end, you usually find they don't win for a few games. It's one of those things. It's confidence is on such a fine thread.
Your team as well. I mean, I saw them in a Wickham. I was there, as you know, just after New Year.
Yeah.
And I thought they looked spectacular going forward. In terms of do your team need to play a really good team to produce their best? Because in the last couple of weeks, you've suffered a couple of disappointing defeats, I think, against teams that maybe are right up there.
Well, if I'm honest, most we can't do without certain players. There were certain players injured in those games, and unfortunately, I don't think we've got enough to cover for that. We're a little bit better now by the looks of things, and hopefully we can adjust to the odd injury. But we had crucial players out in those games, and I thought it showed really. The opposition picked weaknesses up and they punished us. Well, no, they didn't punish. They didn't punish us against Blackburn. The referee punished us against Blackburn, but that wasn't the team. With the team played all right, should have won that game. But against Rotherham, definitely, I thought the opponents picked off certain weaknesses in the side.
You like to have players that you trust, hence Mendez-Laing coming back, and Yannick Bolasie, who you know very well from Crystal Palace.
Yeah, Yannick, he's another one that when I see him in the morning, I always smile. He always makes me smile. He's never, ever have I ever known him miserable. He's got such a positivity about him. And we were just talking yesterday, Moose. I think we're going to be the junior team for the Congolese, aren't we? For the Congo team. So they were all talking yesterday. There's Yannick, Neeskins, and Britt. And then from out of nowhere, somebody said, well, Bowler's from Congo as well. So I said, wow, Bowles, poor old Bowles, he's never had international cap. I said, but I'm not surprised, Bowler, you were playing in Blackpool Reserves last year, weren't you? So we've got 4 of them now.
But he make your opposite number, Thomas Frank, because like you, he's entertaining. He can drop in the odd swear word that maybe we need to bleep out on the radio, but he's very much, I see him as a younger version of you, maybe.
Yeah, I do like him, Moose. I've always liked him. I got on well with him, before he took over as manager. And I don't think he's changed. You see how passionate he is. And, he's got some good players. I mean, if you are lucky when you take over, you want to take over a club that's got the good players that they had. But then maintaining it is not easy. And he's maintained it and made it even better, I think, with his sidings. So all credit to him.
Fair play. First year he had Mopé, sold him, bought him, got Ollie Watkins up front scoring goals. Now he's got rid of Ollie Watkins, got Tony in scoring goals. I mean, the man can clearly coach as well. Yeah,
I felt let down when they signed Ollie Watkins, Moose, because I wanted him at Cardiff, but I was told it was too much money. We couldn't pay I think it was 2 million at the time. Might have been 3 in the end. But I thought he was worth it then, and it proved to me that he was more than worth it when I see him now. One that got away.
And finally, As I say, finally, in a week when Sean Dyche has been saying that some of these press conferences can be a bit mundane, not that yours have ever been mundane. Two things. One, have you got the tractor up there in case it does snow this week? And two, were there any rumours, any truth in the rumours at all, sweeping Twitter on Monday, that you were going to re-sign Paddy Kenny?
Well, he's in good nick. If you saw the picture of him on Twitter, he was in very good condition. It surprised me that. You never say never with Paddy. I'd have him everywhere, especially if he's in that condition. But when I see him, Moose, lately, he's no disrespect to you, he's looked a little bit like you lately, son. So I'm not sure about the picture.
People say I could play in goal, Neil. I'd fill up the goal.
No. I'm a tractor. It's still in Cornwall, I'm afraid. She's had to be put under some cover for the weather this winter. So I'm sure I'll be getting her out in the end of the season. It's I like my little old tractor, but it is funny, isn't it, when somebody did a thing up here talking about my out. One of the players were doing about we did pre-season, and we went on his 9-hole golf course. I've got 3 small holes, Moose. I've got 9 holes, and if somebody else said I've got a ranch and a bloody farm, they do get exaggerations, you lot, don't you, journalists? So it's.
I see a brand new combine harvester, or is that a different part of the world completely?
That'll be the next one. Yeah, that'll be the next one. And I use going back to Sean Dyche, Moose. I actually use my press conferences as a stimulant. It does me the world of good seeing all you faces on there and realising how lucky I am.